What's up, everybody? So I've been in the brokerage industry for about two and a half years. I've been trading for about, I would say maybe 6 years, 7 years. We have a lot of contacts with the liquidity providers. We have a lot of contacts with the banks, prime banks, CRM providers for brokerages, stuff like that. We know a lot of guys in the hedge fund industry. We know a lot of guys in the institutions. And the title of the story is, well, this video is the end of Forex in 2026. So a lot of people don't necessarily know this, but there are CBDCs rolling out. If you've seen how the world has progressed in technology and in AI in the last 2 years, this progression has been 10 times as fast as the progression has been in the last 20 years. All the work that we've done in the last 20 years, you have basically condensed all that work in the last 2 years. And the advancement of technology, the advancement of how we move money and how we process payments is just becoming faster and faster and quicker. So with that said, I'm not sure how everyone's going to take this information, but the signs are there. All the signs are there in front of you, right? And the biggest sign is the rise of the prop firms. Okay, so because here's the thing, whenever there's an end to something, there's always a run, right? There's always a run to the banks. Like whenever banks say, hey, what, we're having some issues with liquidity, we're having some issues with withdrawals. Look at the SVB bank. I may get the name wrong, but look at the SVB bank, right? Look at FTX. How did these problems start when people started withdrawing a lot of money, and that caught attention of the people who were not withdrawing, and they're like, okay, hey, wait a minute. Let's just go withdraw our money. So when there's a lot of withdrawals started happening, banks said, well, what, we don't have enough to give you guys, and boom, khalas, situation ended. Same thing's happening right over here. Whenever there's a business that, well, I'm not going to say a business. So whenever there's let's say, for the lack of better terms, whenever there's a business that's supposed to close down, there's always a run on it. So whenever you see all these funded companies starting, like every ad you're going to see on YouTube is going to be some new funding company starting. And everyone's going to say, okay, what, this is the best one, because it's a profitable business, right? Profitable business. We all know the writing's on the wall, guys. 2026 is going to be the last year till you're going to be able to trade Forex. And once all these companies start, they're like, okay, let's get as much money as we can before the run stops. Do you guys understand? And also when you look at the CBDCs, right? Eventually what's going to happen is in the year and a half, we're in 2023 now, 2024, majority of the currencies around the world are going to be condensed into one or two currencies, right? All this BRICS information and all the major countries, jurisdictions who do trade in the US dollar or yuan or dirhams, rial or whatever that is, all that's going to be condensed into just one or two currencies. And as we move into 2025, we're going to have maybe 2 or 3 major currencies left. Up until 2026, there's probably going to be 1 or 2, right? So if you look at Forex, right, for example, look at Forex, you got pound, yen, you got dollar, you got AUD, New Zealand, you got gold and all that. So that's why you can trade Forex, because you got all these big list of currencies you can trade Forex. But once you have only 1 or 2, what are you going to do? What are you going to trade? Are you going to trade just one pair? That's not how the things work. So this is why 2026 is going to be the last year that trading is going to be around. I hate to break it down to you. No one's talking about this, because if everyone starts to talk about it, all the business from them is going to get taken away. That goes towards brokerages, that goes towards mentors, that goes towards funding companies, right? They're all going to say, well, we can't talk about 2026 because people are going to stop buying our plans. They're going to stop doing business with us. And once they stop doing business with us, there's going to be no money made from, clients, people, or accounts, or whatever the case is. Right, so 2026 is the last year. So I plead you, anyone who's trading at this point, right? If you're over trading, you're over leveraging, and if you're saying by over trading I'm going to make a lot of money, by over leveraging I'm going to make a lot of money, I'm going to trade news all the time, I'm going to make a lot of money, it's not going to happen. It's going to be very, very difficult, right? So you got what? It's 2023 now, 2023, 24, 2025, 2026, right? So you got almost like 4, 5, almost like 2.5 to 3 years left, right? Get consistent. Stop doing this dumb retard shit, right? Get consistent, because consistency, in 6 months you can be consistent, and then the next 2 years you can make all the money you want till 2026. That's how it's going to work, right? Till 2026 you can make all the money you want. So take these 6 months, you got till December, get consistent, make all the money you want, get that money, then start something else. Because once these CBDCs come in, it's game over for trading. Game over. There's nothing much left. I mean, what are you guys going to do? Huh? What are you guys going to do? There's going to be no funding companies. There's going to be no brokerages. Crypto is just going to, I don't know if crypto is going to stay here or not. Like, that's not my level of expertise. I think Torre or someone else can better explain that. But when it comes towards, currencies, trading, you can't, Forex means you're trading multiple currencies. And if you only have 1 or 2 currencies, you can't trade, because they're just trading with each other on like a higher level. We're all gone. Retail traders sheep, we're all gone. So get consistent, right? Get consistent and things will work out. So you got 2 years to make all the money. I made the most of my money, well, apart from the last 2 years. Before that, I made most of my money from like 2017, 2018 and 2019. Most of the money I made in that, and then I invested that to launch more businesses, right? So you got 2 years, you can do the same. No one stopped. Literally, no one is gonna stop you from being successful and to make a lot of fucking money. No one's gonna stop you, right? So take my advice, okay? If you've watched this video so far, it's not April Fool's. It's not happening. It's not happening. So, but the main thing is, guys, listen, you got to be consistent. You got to get consistent, right? Consistency is the only way. No matter how much you overtrade, no matter how much you over leverage, brother, it's not going to work, right? You got to change up your plan. Change up your plan with a consistent plan. And I promise you, if you change up your plan with a consistent plan, that consistent plan is going to work within, I'd say, like 2 to 3, 4 months. Maximum 2 to 3, 4 months, it's going to work. If for some reason it doesn't work, just go back to over trading and over risking. Just go back to that plan, right? Just go back to it. There's no reason to do the consistent thing if it doesn't work. I know a lot of people here who do trade consistently. You do make profits, you do make withdrawals, and it all works. Okay? So, good luck for next week. Adios.